Hey, in this video we're going to understand how to control pawns in YAG. We're going to learn how to select them, move them, and then we'll understand how flag works. So first we have to select them, and there are several ways to do so. The simplest way is to left click them one by one. We can also do multiple selection by dragging the mouse to create a selection circle that will catch everything that will be inside it. If we hold down the left control key, selection will become additive and subtractive, and we can now cherry pick. It works for selection as well as deselection. For example, if I want to select every pawns but one, I can select them all and then just deselect the one I want to exclude by holding down the control key. Finally, we can use Ctrl A to select every pawns identical to anything already selected. For the needs of this example, I'm going to duplicate the shaman. And I can now select one warrior and use Ctrl A to get them all. I can obviously do the same with the shaman, but I can also get a few of each and let Ctrl A complete both collections. I can now get rid of the extra shaman by selecting them all, then deselecting the one I want to keep before pressing the del key. To move pawns in YAG, we simply select them, hold the right click down to choose a destination, and release to let them go. We can also rotate our target formation by scrolling while holding the right click down. Once they have moved, we can rotate them correctly the usual way by holding down the R key and putting our mouse where we want them to look. So just for the fun, I'm going to put them back in their initial position and orientation. Now let's see how altitude works in YAG. The key point to understand is the following. Pawns have a target altitude and they will try to stick to it. If the ground is above their target altitude, they will walk. If it is below their target altitude, they will fly. To change the target altitude of a pawn, we use the T key and optionally move the mouse up and down. For instance, I can select the griffin, hold T down and move the mouse up, so now the griffin will try to stay in the air. That's an obvious one. More interestingly, we can set its reference altitude below the floor. And it will now walk on the floor and fly otherwise at the level that we have previously defined. Note that we don't need to move the mouse. If we want the griffin to stay at the current level of the ground, we just press T to set that as its new target altitude, and you can see that it will now nicely take off when leaving the platform. One last piece of info. What we are really doing behind the curtains when double-clicking to reset the altitude is setting the target altitude to 100 meters below the ground so that the pawn will never reach it and will never fly. This mechanism can be used in various situations. For example, this crocodile is simply walking on the ground here. But if I set its reference altitude to the level of the water surface, it will now swim when entering the water. Alright, so I hope it was useful. Thank you very much for watching this video, and hope see you in the next. So bye bye.